Hello, hello. How are you today, my O to Be Whole family, my holy rollers? Great to have you here on today for another episode of O to Be Whole with Camille Young. Look, I'm just so excited. Again, books are selling, y'all, across the nation. As far as California and Rhode Island and Maryland, it's all over the place. So I'm super, super excited about people really buying the book, and even the reviews that I've received, personal phone calls, texts, people who I've seen in person sharing about how they are connecting to the book so much, and how they just appreciate me sharing the transparency around my life, all of those things. And I am just grateful to everyone who has use their hard-earned money to go and purchase the book, but not just using your hard-earned money, but saw that it was something that I did, and you chose to support me, and as a result, it's being a blessing to you. All right, and then those of you who are have already started reading your book, send me your reviews. I would love to hear your reviews. I don't expect everybody to love the book. To me, it's the best book ever written outside of the Bible. Because it's mine. But if please send in your reviews. Let me know what you think about the book. You can even put it in the comments if you'd like. But thank you so much for that support. Also, I want to admonish us to go out and vote here in Memphis and Shelby County, and other places in the world, but specifically Memphis and Shelby County. Go out and vote. All right. Your local elections are your most important elections, even beyond your state and federal elections. So make sure we go out and vote, you guys. Exercise your right to vote. Too many people died. Too many people made sacrifices, especially for African Americans, to be able to vote. So speaking to anybody, you need to go vote regardless of your race or ethnicity. But let's all go out and vote and express who we want to see in office for the upcoming year. Okay? All right. So on today's topic is, if you're not the priority, you are an option. All right? If you're not the priority, you are an option, rather. Okay, and it's amazing. You meet new people, you go places, and you begin to just engage in conversation. All of them are not new people, but you just engage in conversation about certain things. And I've been engaging in a lot of conversation with different people. And one of the things that came out of one of those conversations is just talking about, prioritizing people, prioritizing things, and which kind of brought that topic, to the top for me, because, it is true. What you make time for, meaning what you prioritize, is what's important to you. At the end of the day, we can make excuses about why we're doing certain things, or why we're not doing certain things, or why we're not making someone or something a priority. At the end of the day, if it's important to you, you will prioritize it. And that's just what it is. And so I just want to talk about a few things. You hear about relationships and what people are dealing with and all of that. And I just want to make sure that we here at O to Be Whole, of course, we're walking our journey into wholeness, our journey of wholeness. We're not anybody's option. Let's be very, very clear on that. Not on O to Be Whole. Now, some of these other channels and, other places, they may be okay with being an option. But at O to Be Whole, no, we are not anybody's option, okay? We're always going to be the priority. So let me tell you a few things. When you prioritize someone, or when someone prioritizes you, they are intentional with their follow-up and follow-through. If they said they're going to do something, whether it's returning a phone call, or whether it's, taking you somewhere, or agreeing to meet somebody, whatever the case may be, their follow-up and follow-through is strong. Do you hear me? It's almost like you can, count it on the clock, because what they say they're going to do, they're going to do. And of course, things happen. But even when things happen, they'll call and say, hey, I'm going to be running a little late. Or, hey, can we reschedule? Something came up. They're just not going to let it fall by the wayside as if they didn't say that they were going to do this for you or with you. Okay. All right. So they are intentional with their follow up and follow through. All right. And they're consistent with those actions. It's not ever so often. Okay. Consistency is not ever so often. Consistency is, if not 100% of the time, you are definitely in the 95 to 99 percentile of following through and following up with your word. Okay. Also, a person who prioritizes you, or that you prioritize, you effectively communicate your intentions. Okay. And, when we're talking about a relationship, a dating relationship more specifically, when you're dating somebody, they make it very clear that, hey, the next step is, exclusivity. Okay. And they have a desire to be married. You have the desire to be married. And they've made it very clear that, even in the early stages, that their intention is to date you exclusively and to get to know you better, to move eventually to a point of marriage if the level of interest continues in that direction. They don't have a problem expressing that intention. You hear people talk about, well, I don't know about marriage, or I don't know, I'm just cool with being friends right now and all that. Okay, all right, but that's cool. But you ain't the one for me. I got enough male friends. I got enough friends, period, in life. I don't need to add you as a friend if your intentions are not to move forward in our relationship. Now, we may figure out, hey, I ain't the one, you ain't the one. Okay, so we'll break apart. But understand that a person who you are making a priority, or who is making you a priority, they will express and communicate their intentions. All right, they're singular minded in their pursuit towards you. Okay, and you are clear. You're very clear, pristinely clear about the direction that the relationship is going in. Okay. Also, a person who prioritizes you, they find joy in supporting you and your efforts. Okay. They find joy in supporting you and your efforts. Something may be going on in your life, and they are there maybe to be a shoulder to cry on. They may be there to talk you through it. All right. I think about even with me selling my books, all of that. Somebody who is supportive in your efforts, that means they're not going to just buy a book. They're going to buy several books. All right. This is somebody who really, really wants to be supportive of you. And I'm not saying if you don't buy a person doesn't buy multiple books, they're not supporting you. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, they go above and beyond just the norm to make sure that you understand that, hey, you have my support in what you're trying to do, or you have my support as you go through whatever it is you may be going to. Okay, so they are supportive emotionally, they're supportive fiscally. Okay, I make a difference. I don't know if there's a huge difference, but I make a difference between being fiscally supportive versus being financially supportive. I'm just not a person who's going to take money from a guy if I'm dating him. It's one thing he does something for me, but I'm not going to ask him to pay not one bill. I'm not going to do that. I don't roll like that. And especially if I am not spending my money wisely, a person who cares about you and wants to support you fiscally, they try to help you get your credit right. They try to help you get a budget. They try to help you do those things to make you more fiscally responsible, so that you won't be financially dependent on anyone. Okay, so that's what I mean when I say fiscally supportive. Again, fulfilling your dreams, they support that. They support you physically. If you are trying to lose weight, or you're trying to do better in something, you're taking speech classes, I don't know, they support you around those things and help you elevate to the next level. Okay, and spiritually. All right, you don't ever want to be with somebody who is not, at least desirous of being on a higher spiritual plane. People talk a mean talk when it comes to God and Jesus and going to church and all those things. But what is their life showing? And somebody who is spiritually mature, they're going to want you to mature as well. All right. They're not going to let you just be okay with, just the regular church stuff. They are concerned with your soul. They're concerned with you being able to move forward in your spiritual life and be prosperous in your spiritual life. Okay. Another thing is in terms of how you know someone is prioritizing you or you are prioritizing someone else, others can see their prioritization of you. Your sisters or brothers or family members can say, "Whoa, okay, he coming through for you. All right, well, ooh, she leveling up on some things. You can tell she is doing, making her mark in your life, or he's making his mark in your life, or making his presence known in your life." Other people are able to see that person is making you the priority, or that, you're doing the things to prioritize the person. All right. Also, a person who prioritizes you, they are sacrificial and selfless. And I've done a video about that as well. You can go back and check that out, about being sacrificial. When somebody prioritizes you, they go out of their way to make sure that that, hey, they're there for you. All right. There is a line of demarcation. And again, it's not a matter of competing with their children, if they have children, or with their mother or family members. It's not about that, because they've learned how to balance those things, but understanding that they will sacrifice certain things to ensure their loyalty to you. All right. To ensure their loyalty to you. And when you're the priority, you don't have to question someone's loyalty towards you. All right. Their heart is not divided. All right. All right. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways, the Bible says. If he can't, and that goes for women, woman and a man, a double-minded man, it's talking about human. If you double-minded in your thoughts, double-minded in your actions, you are unstable. So that lets you know that you are not the priority. You are what? The option. You're the option. You better know. And you are worth more than being someone's option. Okay? You're worth more than that. And the longer that you stay someone's option, you devalue yourself. You lose respect for yourself. And that person loses more respect for you, because they're like, well, you all right with being an option, so I'm gonna ride that, as long as I can, because people love having their cake and eat it too. We love to have our cake and eat it too. But the longer you do that, you devalue yourself by the moment. Okay, and either you're the priority or you're not. Okay. There's no straddling the fence. The Bible talks about you either hot or you're cold. There ain't no lukewarmness in this thing. All right. You either hot or you're cold. And don't let someone, don't you be someone's option, and don't you make someone be your option. Okay. Have the courage to say, no, you're not going to be the one for me, or, that you're right now, I don't want to prioritize this relationship. And that's hard. That's a tough conversation to have, because you may care about the person. They may be a nice person, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, if you know you are not singular in your thoughts and in your pursuit, move on. Let the person go. Or if you know you're the option, you be the one. You move on. Okay? And these are adult, grown-up decision, big girl, put your big girl underwear on decisions. Okay, you put your big boy drawers on decisions, honey, because if you are not strong enough to do those types of things, it's a good chance your ability to really navigate through a relationship and make good decisions and be wise on how you handle relationships. If you ain't ready. You're really not ready, because it's these types of decisions that can make or break a relationship. And I'm not talking about being an option. I'm just saying big things happen in relationships, and wise decisions have to be made regarding those decisions, regarding that relationship. So just make sure that you are never a person's option. You are always the priority. And if It doesn't matter who the person is. You've got to decide to move on, okay? And when you decide to move on, understand that there is somebody who is going to recognize that you should be their priority, okay? Don't be dismayed. Don't be sad. You know, you may have some emotions connected to it, but move on, because somebody is going to recognize your value, and they're going to sweep you right on up, baby. Do you hear me? And make you the priority. All right. Well, that's all we have for today on Oh to Behold with Camille Young. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode. I appreciate you so much. Remember, go to ohtobehold.com. That's www.ohtobehold.com to order your book on today. If you're wanting some coaching support, you can also go to that website to get support with as I call it, holistic wellness coaching. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, God bless.